I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. So we are open. I know with my word that hearts are open, minds are open, that everyone here is aware that they are in a special place, that they are in a place where love exists, unconditional love exists, where the truth is told. The truth is put forth because it's part of our teaching. In fact, it is our teaching to put forth the truth. So I know for each one here that they're easily able to assimilate all of the ideas and concepts and everything that goes on here today and to move into their lives, the rest of their lives, knowing that they are safe and protected by their connection with one. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Princeton. We are a loving, healing, and inclusive community which teaches and practices the principles of the science of mind for the well-being and spiritual growth of ourselves and the world. Right now, always true, I think the world needs a little growing in spiritual consciousness right now. And that's, today, we are the presence of peace and love and joy right here, right now. Right? That's my belief that what we welcome ourselves to on Sunday morning and whenever we practice our spiritual practices is we become the presence of that truth. Call it spirit, call it love, whatever you want to. So welcome to that presence because you are that presence. For those of us here at the Masonic Lodge in Princeton, and by the way, if you're at home watching this, we welcome you to come and join us. It's a wonderful thing to be in a room with your people, to be in a room with people who share the consciousness of the world that we come here to learn how to live. So, some things that are coming up at the Center for Spiritual Living Princeton. Today, we have Reverend Michelle Wadleigh. And 2 weeks in a row, we get to hear. She gave us a wonderful talk on gratitude last week. So today she's speaking on the audacity of the soul. Are you ready for audacity? Because that's what we're going to get today from Reverend Michelle. Now, next week, I have all these devices because I have to remember what the subjects are. Next week, Reverend Karen will be here. And she is going to be speaking on wealth, value, and money. And it's a tribute to Reverend Lloyd Strom, continuing. He made his transition a few weeks ago, and he was one of Reverend Karen's teachers, and so she is sharing what she learned from him with us. And then on July 27th, we have Elaine Silver. Now, Elaine Silver is someone who teaches in a different way. She teaches through music. And she will come with her, I remember when she was here a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago, she just brings her guitars and she sets the teaching to music. And she's a delightful person. So please come down on July 27th and join us. We're here every Sunday at 10:30 a.m., as you know, here in Princeton. So welcome again.
Elaine is amazing. Everybody who has heard her, she's got a great voice, she's a great storyteller, and she's a pretty neat guitar player. Lean into love, let spirit flow, infinite presence, all that we know. Mind create so, think it true. Love is here in all that we do. One with light, one with grace. God in action, time and space. No more fear, no more lack. Love moves forward, never back. Lean into love, let's be a guide. Truth within, no need to hide. Power, peace, and joy divine. Infinite love, forever mine. Lean into love, let spirit flow. Infinite presence, all that we know. Mind creates so, think it true. Love is here in all that we do. Mind creates, so think it true. Love is here, all that we do.
Well, good morning again. I'm the practitioner here today, this morning. We have quite a few licensed practitioners here today. Excuse me. Considering the week that we've had, and I'm sure that each one of us is responding to what's going on in the world, as is always true, in our own way, I found this week that I was challenged in some ways to hold to the truths that I live by. I mean, isn't that true? Isn't that why we do spiritual practice? So that when the challenges come, we have something to hold on to, right? We know that the truth that is trying to express in the world is always offering itself to us, waiting to see whether we say, oh yeah, let me open the door and let you in. So I wanted to do a little practice, and this is from the book called This Thing Called You by Ernest Holmes. And I want to start off with an affirmation that we're all going to do together. It's pretty simple. Here's the affirmation. I accept the gift of life for myself and for everyone else. That's all. I accept the gift of life for myself and for everyone else. Again, let's do it again. I accept the gift of life for myself and for everyone else. Just sit with that for a minute. Think of that. I accept the gift of life for myself and for everyone else. Where do you need to go inside of yourself to find that acceptance? So I want to read just a small section from this thing called You, and then we'll do a little meditation, and then I'll do a spiritual mind treatment. There is a stream of life running into every organ and function of your being. This stream is always there. It never stops for a second. If it did, the universe would cease to exist. Inexhaustible energy exists at the center of your being. Therefore, learn to live without effort. Activity is the joy of life flowing through you. And that's, exactly what I was talking about. Activity is the joy of life flowing through you. And all we need to do is open the door and let it flow. Easily said sometimes, but that's why we do spiritual practice. Since no two persons are alike, there must be a unique place for you in the scheme of things. The divine pattern would be imperfect without you. Dare to be yourself. Stand in wonder before the majesty and might, the beauty and power of that divine presence which seeks expression through your individual life. Accept all the good there is. Whatever things you desire, believe that you have them. So now we're going to do a short meditation. And I just ask for you at home or for those here at the Masonic, take a minute. Find that place inside where there's acceptance. I surrender all fear, all doubt. I let go of all uncertainty. I know there is no confusion, no lack of confidence. I know that what is mine will claim me, will know me, will rush to me. I accept the gift of life for myself and for everyone else. So staying in this place of consciousness, let's say that together. I accept the gift of life for myself and for everyone else. Again, staying in that place of consciousness, in your heart or however you perceive it. I accept the gift of life for myself and for everyone else. Again, I accept the gift of life for myself and for everyone else. And so in this place, I'll do a spiritual mind treatment, an affirmative prayer. I know that the divine is offering itself in every second of every day, of every year, in every place. It is infinite. I know it to be a living truth, and I know it to be all blessing. It is grace. Grace is the rule of the universe. This is the divine living in the universe, and this is the truth that I know. For all who are here, for all who are watching, and for the world. I know that this one infinite living blessing is expressing in, as, and through each one participating in this service here today, and each one in the world. I know this is the divine presence offering itself. And I declare that each one is now open and receiving the presence of the divine. Each one is now knowing that they are the presence of the divine. That every bit of love, every bit of light, of joy, of peace is living in the heart of each one. And I know and declare with great clarity that each one is now experiencing and knowing themselves as a center of peace. And I declare that that peace is now known in the whole world. Peace is what is present, the peace beyond peace. And I know that it's an incredible blessing to be conscious of this peace that lives within me, that lives within all. And I declare that this peace wins. This peace is the winner always. It is what is present always. And so I deny any belief in pain, any belief in lack, any belief that the world is hurt. I stand in the truth that the peace beyond peace is what is present in the world. And I know that I am truly blessed to know this truth. And I release it to that which says yes. The universe says yes. And so I can release it. No worries. It is done. It is so. And so it is. There is a copy of that over there on the table if you want to take it.
So I'm going to do this song, and I do it too much, but it's so, I think, fits what Reverend Michelle is going to talk about today. So it's a song by people, and it's going to make fun. Don't worry, mother, it'll be alright. Don't worry, sister, say a prayer and sleep tight, and it'll be fine. Brother of mine, it'll be just fine. And lend your voices only to sounds of freedom. No longer lend your strength to that which you wish to be free from. Give life with love and bravery, shall lead a life uncommon. I've heard your anguish, I've heard your hearts cry out. We are tired, we are weary, but we aren't worn out. Down to chains till only faith remains. Set down your chains. There are plenty of people who pray for peace, and they pray with nothing but a come to me. Let your words enslave no one, and the heavens will hush themselves to hear. Your voices ring out clear with the sounds of freedom. Sounds of freedom. Come on, you unbelievers, move out of the way. There's a new army coming, and we are armed with faith. To live, we must give. To live, and lend our voices only to sounds of freedom. No longer lend our strength our voices only to sounds of freedom. No longer lend our strength to that which we wish to be free from. Fear not and love victory we shall lead. A life uncommon. And now, it's my introduce and bring forward author, speaker, and ordained minister, and a whole mother, grandmother, all kinds of wonderful things. My first teacher, Reverend Michelle Wadleigh.
Thank you. Can I lower this? Yes, there we go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's pretty fun being here 2 weeks in a row. Are you practicing gratitude?
Absolutely.
Oh, good. I just wanted to make sure we pulled that thread from last week's talk since you seemed excited about it. John spoke about peace. Peace was in Rich's song. I wanted to share with you a little practice that I had. Oh, I didn't see you slipping. That we do up at CSL and J, just because it's fun to share. And so it's a peace practice that we do every Sunday. And this peace practice, I don't remember what the stimulus was at the time, but we had lots of reasons to practice, don't we? We have lots of reasons to practice peace and consciousness. And so for me, it's always about having a 360 point of view, about coming from the place of the I am and who I am in the world, and then venturing out. So do me a favor, just play with me for 1 second. Close your eyes, if you will, and pick out a particular place in the world or in your family that right now you would like to be an influence of peace. Just think of it that way. And then repeat after me each of these statements as you hold that energy for that whoever or whatever you want to influence. I am the peace I want to see. Repeat after me.
I am the peace I want to see.
I know this peace from my family.
I know this peace for my family.
I know this peace for this community.
I know this peace for this community.
And this community knows the peace for the world.
And this community knows the peace for this world.
So that's how we practice inside out in 360. So I just wanted to offer that to you while inspired by John, and most definitely this thing called you was one of my favorites. So the audacity of the soul. I want to support the idea of being audacious without it being about ego. It has been a bit of a hard journey for me in the past 20, 30 years actually. Hard in that I'm not I don't carry a degree. I'm very poorly educated, to be 100% honest with you. And anything that I have that I speak about with any authority has been God-given, God-ordained, has been delivered through my practices, delivered because I'm a Jersey girl and I'm downright ballsy. And when I want to acquire something and I want to heal and I want to not be at the mercy of something, nothing will get in my way. I'm driven to be emotionally healthy, to be spiritually alive. I'm driven in that direction. And so the other thing that sits at the foundation of my beingness and how I show up in the world is I want you there too. I want more people at that party. Not just you, your family, your cousins, the people you like and the people you don't like at the moment. Those that challenge us, they are gifts to us because we can constantly be reminded of what we have to do in the world. And I said it last week and I want to say it again. I think you and I and anyone in the conversation or the experience around spirituality, consciousness, metaphysics, science, whatever it is, I see us as almost obligated to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be, because that's when your light shines brightest, and then you invite others. Because if someone isn't looking at you and saying, what is she doing? What is he doing? Then you're hiding your light. It's not that the light's not there. Oh no, that's not true. But it means you're hiding it. And I think we must each be a bold model of this teaching with no abandon. No abandon, is that the word? No. So divine boldness is our nature. It is our nature. Unfortunately, though, we've been reared, most of us have been reared in an incubator of playing small. We've been reared in an incubator of being nice, of not really embracing your wholeness, and very distracted by the world's challenges. Very distracted. You know, right now, with all that's going on in this country, you know, the 4th of July is just not something I feel I can celebrate anymore. It's bullshit. Because we're trying to celebrate this incredible country and the independence and all this while on stolen land. Right? You get that with me? And so, okay, we keep going, we keep celebrating, but we must acknowledge what we really did to get here in order, and that's something we were talking about earlier, John, to be able to see what's happening, but not be bowled over by it. We have to be able to acknowledge what's all around us, all the isms that are around us, and then go forward anyway. But let us not fool ourselves. We're not all that great if we had to run over people to get here. You get that? Our beingness. Let us embrace the science of mind. And to me, science of mind is it is the most glorious tool for emancipation that anybody can have. And the formula, I used to call this my recipe when I was in the pulpit. The recipe is science of mind, the 4 agreements, forgiveness work, shadow work. Why? Because the 2 later ones take care of the emotional stuff. The 4 agreements is a great, simple, easy conversation so that we can, and blends beautifully with the science of mind, so that we find ways to have a lighter conversation with individuals around us. And then science of mind is a delivery system. I think there's nothing better. There's nothing better in the world than spiritual mind treatment. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen. Nothing better. I stand here before you as a complete result of spiritual mind treatment. You know, not that you want all this, but what I mean is my confidence, my understanding, my drive, my want to share and expand. Right now, I'm teaching one of my flagship courses, which is a forgiveness course. And I don't know if I said this last week, I think I might have talked about it in the terms of gratitude. I have a niece that's taking this course right now. Now, I'm not going to give you the details of her life or our lives or why it's a miracle. But what's happened is I have been so moved by the fact that my work and my journey, and now she and I together are going to be part of changing the legacy of the family. We're going to, and I've already been doing it, which probably is what allowed her to take the course or attracted her into the course. But when we become our whole being, our boldness, when we become the bold version of ourselves, we then invite we invite others to the party. We can begin to impact our family and our legacy and our neighbors. And you might think to yourself, oh, I don't want to be bothered, it's too big, it's too much. But I encourage you to think again. Because two reasons. One for a very selfless reason, and one for a very selfish reason. The selfish reason is that when I teach, when I speak, when I write, when I blog, when I speak a treatment, I automatically get more of it. It multiplies the good in my being as soon as I care more about your essence, because then it has to come up through me. God must come through me for me to be in that state of generosity. So it's like I'm taking my own medicine, right? Do you understand? Mm-hmm. And then the selfness, I'm getting confused. The way it's selfless, that was the word, is because the reward of looking at somebody in the eye and saying, wow, you're stunning, you're precious, and watching how that connects. Turn to somebody right now and just say, give them a compliment of any kind. I don't care what it is. Turn to somebody. Turn around. Come on. So already, smiles started immediately. When you thought about doing it, you felt a little silly at first, right? Did anybody feel a little silly at first? A little bit? No? But what happened was you began to smile. The second you thought about doing it, it's like you were giving this gold. Because you know, in order to give gold, you have to be the carrier of that gold. You have to be the carrier of the boldness in order to share it. So that moment of doing that, there was an upliftment and a vibratory shift. Even here in this room, and we're already pretty positive people. But there's always more. And I'm telling you, and we learned this a long time ago, some course or something I took, said that if you want to really, really learn something, take something you've learned and teach it to someone else within 24 hours. It's like a scientific thing. Now, that doesn't mean lecturing in someone's face when they don't really want it. You have to find a willing and interested party. But to share, like, wow, do you know what happened to me today? Or wow, you know what I learned? Or listen, I want to tell you, I think you're brilliant. I mean, there's nothing more amazing, and I do this, I don't do it on this purpose. It's became a spontaneous thing that I do. And I'm old enough now that I can get away with a lot of stuff, especially even if it's a young man who's just, a beautiful young person, I can look at them now and say, wow, you're beautiful. And what it does, we are here to be the carrier of good. We must choose to infect, and I use that word on purpose, to be the infector of positivity in the life of everybody we possibly can, if only because it raises your own quotient of boldness and healthiness and beauty. You all know the statement, there is a power in the universe greater than you are, and you can use it. It is almost a cliche, and yet sometimes we forget. We have to, in order to activate that in us, we have to be willing to get to the quiet, to be able to close our eyes and sense it. And to the degree that you and I are willing to accept and allow it to that degree, it expresses through us. Right? To the degree. Affirm with me, please. I get my bloated nothingness out of the way.
I get my loaded nothingness out of the way.
And allow spirit to express as me.
And allow spirit to express as me.
And we can't do it now because it's an entire talk, but those two letters, as, makes a critical shift in how we activate God in us. It's not just God in us, it's not just God through us, it is God or spirit or life, intelligence, whatever word suits you, as us, as me, spirit as me. Get that?
Yes.
Hugely different, but those that little word, those two letters are very powerful. So playing small has never served anyone. And I am telling you, I am a recovering jealous person. I don't know how my first husband survived me. I was painfully jealous at every turn by anyone more beautiful, which is pretty easy. There's always somebody more beautiful, with someone stronger, more beautiful, more successful, all those things. You know, if somebody wrote a book that I wish I had written, all of those things. So I am in recovery, I'm happy to tell you. I've been in recovery for years, which is why I can speak about it now and call myself, you know, out in this way. But sometimes we play small thinking we're being humble. I can't, if I'm playing small, why are you going to even listen to me? Why will you read my books? Why will you pay attention to anything that I say if I'm so busy, you know, doing this whole thing and closing down my lights? Boldness and learning to have the confidence of spirit, having the confidence of spirit is the way, again, we multiply our good. And then we invite people to have that same conversation. If anybody, I won't ask you to raise your hands because you might feel uncomfortable about that. If you have envy, if you have any kind of jealousy, if you have any of that, I want to encourage you to do something. Instead of, because sometimes your mind, you feel jealous or envious, and your internal dialogue turns into, right? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So instead, when that starts to happen, lean into that person that you feel jealous or envious of. Lift them up. Raise them up. Share their things. If you're a social media person, share their posts. And instead of being envious or jealous of them, look at them as a way shower and say, oh, that's how you do that. That's how you accomplish such and such. So that we take that energy, which can shut us down, and I don't know about you, I think jealousy is a really ugly emotion, right? But instead of letting that run us, we take it and we lean into it. And now all of a sudden, it's not a problem if you are on top of it. Am I clear?
Yes.
So, and that's just another way. Ernest says we should expect the best and so live that the best may become part of our experience. So if I recognize this stunning person, let's say you're an award-winning author, it's not for me to go, oh, you know, she's better than me, blah, 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 blah. It's for me to say, wow, show me the way. And that changes how we do that. Mike, is that clear? Is that message clear?
Yes.
It makes you very powerful. And it sucks the life out of that otherwise unconscious and unpleasant energy. We cannot honor God by dishonoring ourselves. It doesn't work. It's good for you to look in the mirror and say, damn, you look good. It's good for you to do that.
And wake up yourself.
And what?
Wake up yourself.
Wink at yourself. Wink at yourself. Compliment yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let us be bold, glorious, bold, and let's give a hand for others to join us and have that experience. Please affirm with me. I honor the divine in me.
I honor the divine in me
By living large and loving fully.
by living large and loving fully.
Hey, does that feel good?
Yes.
And if there's a little voice going on inside of your head right now, if this happened to trip a voice about, oh, but she doesn't really know me. Because I know that voice intimately. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't give it life. It's not true. It's the world of conditioning that's trying to sneak in. That's all it is. Fear is not a thing. My mouth today. Fear is a signal, not a stop sign. Did you get that? Fear is a signal, not a stop sign. I have tried and failed miserably many times in my life. The unfortunate part about being a minister, if I've had to fail publicly, it's been kind of noticeable because I'm kind of out there about everything, and I might get passionate about something and then it didn't work, and I'm like, oh, right? But I'm not afraid anymore because I also know that Spirit as me will lift me back up. I'm not at the mercy of failing. I'm not afraid of it anymore. But that fear does keep us from trying. It does keep us playing small. Do you know what I'm talking about here?
Yes.
Yeah. So, fear is not the only emotion that blocks us, but it might be one of the easiest to identify. But you and I have that magical formula, which is spiritual mind treatment, and all we have to do is take time. Not all we have to do, that's so trite. But what we have to do is to be in that place where we say, I am willing to fearlessly try. I am willing to fearlessly have effort. And I'm willing to take the risk of trying and failing and doing it again. Because God as me will help me recover no matter what. And to be willing. Just to be willing. Affirm with me now. I move faithfully through my fear.
I move faithfully through my fear.
Because some of us have fears. Anybody have fears? Yeah, we do. I mean, they might not be running you, thank God if they're not. But the answer is not to avoid them. The answer is to face them. Like the monster in the closet. You open that closet, that monster is not there. So fear only can have power to the degree that we don't pay attention to it and we ignore it and then we let it own us. But you pay attention to it and you go, Like Raymond Charles Barker used to say, there ain't a word of truth in it. Face it. Look at it. Say, you are not getting the better of me. And when we do that from that place of authority, things shift. To live audaciously requires conscious trust. There is a requirement for us to develop a relationship with the divine. And we're all going to do that in a very different, in a very individual way. But that relationship is what will make all the difference in the world. At night when you can't sleep, when you try something that didn't work, when the checkbook looks a little light, when you have a frustrating conversation with somebody you love. Faith in the process and trust of the process and a relationship with Spirit will carry you when those moments come. Affirm with me. I trust the divine urge within me more than outer circumstances. I trust the divine urge in me more than outer circumstances. Because what's out there is not our truth. It's a lie, it's false appearances. You've got to remember that. And lastly, and although I kind of started this, the last point I wanted to make is the audaciousness and that causes a ripple effect. I don't mean to. I don't mean to beat a drum that would cause you to measure yourself as you're not doing it. I don't want to do that. But I do truly believe in my heart and soul, and John pointed it out today, the world we're living in right now needs us to be loving, compassionate, empathetic, conscious, generous in every way we can express. And if you think you don't have something to give, think again. And I've seen this happen. I've seen this happen with a what do you call it? Just a buying a bagel. You could go. I don't know where you're going after this if you're going to go out for breakfast, but if you are, to treat that server as if they were God, to look at them in their eyes. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because that in and of itself has your God meet their God. And when you're reminding someone that they are God, their life is different. And then when you do that on a consistent basis for someone, it lifts them, but it lifts you. And you lifted is good for the planet. You feeling bold is good for the planet. You think that's too big? I don't think it's too big. Because there's only one, right? And so wherever I am, consciousness is. We are each a point of consciousness right where we are. And so this point of consciousness affects the whole. That point of consciousness affects the whole. That point of consciousness affects the whole. So what we want to do is we want to be the absolutely most bold, amazing, audacious version of ourselves right where we are, because right where we are, all is. It's terrible English, but you know what I mean. Right? Affirm with me, my life is a beacon of possibility and power.
My life is a beacon of possibility and power.
You know, I am a little bit of an ex-hippie. I just kind of missed the cutoff a little bit. And just wrote about this in my Substack. I don't know if any of you are on my Substack. But we had a lot of good things going in the hippie age. The music, the love, the peace, and it was real. It was a movement. And so for me I want to bring some of that back. Matter of fact, we just hung a peace sign outside my front door of my house, you know? Because it's not just a peace sign. It's a statement that in this house you are safe. In this house you are welcome. In this house you will be seen as love. Imagine if we all had that feeling, so when people walked in our home, they go, oh, right? So I've been doing this with you lately, and I enjoy doing it. So we're going to do another call and response. Okay? Will you play?
Yes.
Your response is, I rise in my boldness. Okay, that's going to be your response. When I face my fear,
I rise in my boldness.
when I speak my truth,
I rise in my boldness.
when I stand alone,
I rise in my boldness.
when I'm told I'm too much,
I rise in my boldness.
when I walk through the unknown,
I rise in my boldness.
when the world tries to shrink me,
I rise in my boldness.
when I remember who I am,
I rise in my boldness.
when I choose to love anyway.
I rise in my boldness.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can spend your whole life building something for nothing. One storm can come and blow it all away. Build it anyway. You can chase a dream that seems so out of reach, and you know it might not ever come your way. Dreaming anyway. God is great, but sometimes life ain't good. When I pray, don't always turn out like I think it should, but I do it anyway. The world's gone crazy, and it's hard to believe that tomorrow will be better than today. Believe it anyway. You can love someone with all your heart, and the moment they can choose to walk away, love them anyway. You can pour your soul out singing a song you believe in, that tomorrow they'll forget you ever sang. Sing it anyway. Yeah, sing it anyway. Your guitar may be hopelessly out of tune, but play it anyway.
For that to matter though, since we don't think exactly.
What a great morning. What a great service.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you, Reverend Rich. Who would have known? I didn't know he was out of tune.
You weren't sitting where I'm sitting.
Thank you. Thanks for the newbie. I don't usually look at the camera, but I will say, take a look at the lusciousness that we all are looking at. It's like we're engulfed in the greenery. It's just absolutely so wonderful. And I propose to you to come and join us in lushness land. I mean, it's so luscious. I'm going to do the offering, and I'm going to do it in joy, because we are dealing with the principle of eternal abundance. This universe is never poor. This universe never runs out of leaves for trees or weeds for gardens. The universe is always abundant, always rich, always productive, and so full of wisdom, right? Full of wisdom. Therefore, I, as a part of the eternal system, a part of the eternal process, of the eternal mechanism, I am that abundance. I'm going to pass this basket and always put mine in first. I'm a tither. And if you, a lot of people do it by PayPal. So continue to do it PayPal. Thank you. You just put your hand over the basket. Okay.
Grateful, yes, I'm grateful. Grateful, 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 yes, I'm grateful. Grateful for abundance. Grateful, yes, I'm grateful. Grateful for
Okay, I would like to ask the practitioners in the room to rise. Sorry, I apologize, I realized you weren't. Because these are the people, oh, you gonna pray over that?
No, but I'm gonna let you pray over it with your treatment.
Oh, okay,
And I thought when you said rise, I thought we were all coming up. So-
Yeah, you get over here. Because these are the people who have trained to stand in
Come on.
consciousness.
Yeah.
These are your, all right, come on, practitioners.
Okay.
Picture of you.
These are the individuals who have trained to hold consciousness. These are the people who've actually trained to ignore your stories but know your truth.
That's right.
Right? Ignore the story but know the truth. And so let us know together that the Center for Spiritual Living Princeton is a beacon of light and love and consciousness. Let us celebrate this Sunday experience and all that happens under the Center for Spiritual Living Princeton. Let us celebrate the practitioners, the members, the music, and even this Masonic temple for allowing us to come together and be here. And as Regina has pointed out, that we are surrounded in beauty and green and running water.
Yes.
Let us bless the income. Let us bless the donations and allow them to multiply beyond our wildest dreams.
Yes.
If we can accept and allow this in our heart and our mind, then let us have a rousing, and so it is. God bless.